Well, Hero Clash Squad, it's time for some honesty, some truth. And 2026 has been a roller coaster. And just focusing in on Hero Clash, I think Hero Clash has had one of the weakest starts in Hero Clash history, right?
Trinity from the future here. Not one of the weakest, the weakest. And that's facts.
I have never seen so many people leave the game as fast as 2026.
No, for real. People are actually leaving the game in large numbers. And I notice it in my server range when I look around. So imagine what the other servers look like. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So I'm a very transparent person. Very honest. I don't care if Hero Clash likes what I say. I don't care if the devs hate what I say. I don't care. I'm all about delivering the truth to you because your journey matters in life. Your journey matters in life, regardless if it includes Hero Clash or not. So, how have I been feeling? How have I been playing Hero Clash the last 2 to 3 months? Barely. I only keep up with my main account, and I do the literal bare minimum for my free-to-play accounts.
To add some more context to that, I'll just give you guys a very amazing example. Imagine waking up, do your daily routine with life. You get ready for the day, you either go to work or your business or your company, etc. Then you come home, have dinner, and it's like, I have an hour to the server resets, can't let my union down. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's been the last couple of months. Like, gotta play Hero Clash. If you've been feeling this way, or the exact opposite, let me know in the comments. Let's go.
Back when the game first came out, after a few months, I was like, I'm having so much fun on my main account. Let's do a free-to-play account. Then I did a second free-to-play account, then a third free-to-play account. And now, it seems 2025, it just started to reverse. Like, don't want to play on that account. Don't want to play on this account. And now, in 2026, I don't even want to play on my free-to-play account at all. However, I still look out for my union and get everything done. But it's not like I'm having fun doing it. And that's the reality. What does this stem from? I'll be honest. It stems from there's just too much crap to do in the game. There's too much to do in the game. Now, if you're brand new and this is your norm, going into Hero Clash with all this, cool. But for players like me, when you downloaded Hero Clash back in 2022, 2023, 2024, you were able to play the game and it not take up most of your day.
But it did take up most of your day because it was so freaking fun. And then eventually, after a couple of weeks, you would get to the absolute end of hitting the paywall to where there's not much you could do. You have to increase your power level to move forward. And then you could either wait with time or you could spend a few bucks and move forward a little bit. And then once you're able to move forward, then you had another few sections of grinding, and it was a fun learning process too, learning what these characters do, what these heroes do. And then you slowly had the release of Abyss artifacts, which was absolutely phenomenal. Devil's Claw was my first one, and then you went on to Dragon Scale, and it was you couldn't get off the game. It was so fun, man. I would spend like 6-8 hours a day minimum playing Hero Clash, and it was an absolute blast. So for those who got to experience it, like myself, let's go.
You could pop in for 7, 10, 15, maybe 20, 30 minutes a day, and you'd still be caught up. You still know what's going on. You still know what the Crucible is. You still know what this is. You still know what that is. You still know what to do with your union. Now, there are so many events going on that just demands your time. So this game went from a mobile idle game to, I really need to hire someone to play for me because I just don't want to be in the app. I don't want to be in my phone so much. So, for 2026, I'm definitely going to be reducing how much time I play Hero Clash. However, there are still some fun aspects of the game. You have the pros and you have the cons. The biggest con is there's too much stuff to do. There really is. Hero Clash needs to get rid of some events and replace some events. Let's get back to that 2023-2024 vibe. And focusing on another con we have is meta. Meta sucks. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Meta is garbage. It always has been garbage.
Before moving forward in the video, I know there's gonna be a lot of people like, well, what do you mean, Tree? You love the Phoenix, you love the Exodia, you love this, you love that. Just, you'll see what I'm talking about. Trinity, take it away.
Now, what do I mean by that? I simply mean that meta is only what comes out that is new. There's not what I'm trying to say. There's not multiple pathways for meta. It's one pathway. You get this hero, they throw in some garbage hero to pass some time up, they make another good hero, and that's pretty much meta. I think what Hero Clash needs to do is they need to release different styles of meta that collide. They do. Boom.
Really quick, that was a huge coincidence of Crimson Queen popping up. I just spent 8 minutes recording a clip for y'all and just slapped it in there for y'all to watch for background. And right when I mentioned that, Crimson Queen pops up. It's a fine example. Like, don't get me wrong, she's amazing and she's meta. However, what I'm trying to say is try releasing the counter to the current counter and then a counter to the current counter. Now imagine if you had Crimson Queen get released and her counter was released at the same time. That'd be really cool. And then, so pretty much you have two different metas being released at the same time, so they pretty much compete against each other. I think that's what Hero Clash needs to do. Yes, this would increase the amount of heroes that are released, but then they could decrease the amount of the garbage gameplay things they release, you know. Get rid of Summit Clash, honestly. It's just... back to the video.
You know, so if someone goes with, let's just call it Meta X versus Meta Y versus Meta Z, that's what we need. And that's not what is Hero Clash. Hero Clash has always been, if you have these set of heroes, you're going to do the best, vice versa, right? Now, obviously, below that meta, you're going to have just a plethora of different combinations, etc. However, the new meta, we need something that you can choose, go down this road, that road, the other road, the Z road or whatever, and you go from there. And each one has its own specific strategy, and and each one can create hundreds of different strategies if you combine some parts of X, Y, or Z. You get what I'm saying? So that's another reason why Hero Clash has been really boring lately, is because, if you don't get the new hero, you're pretty much going to fall behind. And that's not a good gaming experience, in my opinion, okay?
Now, taking a break from meta, one thing I don't mention in this video is free-to-play players. Right now, my perspective is mainly pay-to-play. So, devs, if you're listening or watching, or if someone who reports to devs is listening and watching, awesome, take notes. Y'all need to figure out a different strategy for free-to-play players. The game is boring. There needs to be something very, very special for free-to-play players on a knowledge basis. It's very, very simple. Skyland Realm, and then have a Skyland Realm Crucible tournament. Why? Because those who make it to the top, let's say top 32 of Skyland Realm, automatically go to a special Crucible that's not based on what they have unlocked, on what they bought, or what they earned in the game. It's based on something completely different. Good example. Let's say they go into, let's call it the Skyland Crucible, right? Free-to-play players, pay-to-play players, there is no skill difference. They go in, Hero Clash sets the parameters. Let's say you can only use Beast Skin and Tree Spirits for round 1, you know? And it's not a pay basis, it's a knowledge basis. And this gives free-to-play players a chance to show what they know. What combinations can they come up with to make it to that first place prize? And an actual good first place prize, like an Abyss artifact or something.
Can Hero Clash turn around in 2026?
Terrain.
I think they can, if they actually listen to the community. Now, will they listen to the community based on current history? I don't know. It's a coin flip. I do not know. We will see. But moving forward, at least on my end, on my side, when it comes to the Elite Wars, when it comes to the Elite World War, when it comes to DEFCON Elite, when it comes to the Elite Empire, I'm doing as much as I can, increasing the quality of content, increasing the Elite transitions and all that stuff. It takes a lot of time and money to do all this stuff. It really does. So, for all those who are DEFCON, greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for the support. We have multiple reward systems. We have the Elite Wars ending very, very soon, hopefully. And then we have the Elite World War starting right after that, where everyone in your union wins an Abyss artifact. So I really look forward to the future. And
before we continue with this video, I just want to say I have a lot of great things planned for 2026. DEFCON Elite, Elite Empire, trust me, amazing things are being created. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil anything. I have a brand new company, the whole nine. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I just thought I would just come on here and just keep it real with y'all, 100%. You know, we have a mixture of videos and shorts. And right now I'm in the testing phase, so you're probably curious, like, why is there different editing styles and everything? Yes, I have this whole plan for January and February, and by the time March comes around, we'll be on a brand new normal schedule. And that schedule will be determined on how Hero Clash performs. You know, their sister app, X Clash, their dev team, you know, their marketing team is absolutely phenomenal. You know, I'm gonna be honest, it really is. I don't like the game, but their team over there is doing a really good job. And the Hero Clash devs and marketing team it's not good. It's a plane crash right now. They can still try to pull up terrain. You can still pull up, but looks like it's like, oh, money. They don't hear terrain, they hear money, and that's the biggest issue with Hero Clash right now. So, yep, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about the game, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.